Welcome, everybody, to the South Hockey Network, live on YouTube, live from Northbrook Sports Center. It is time for meeting number 3 of the SHL season series between the Glenbrook South Titans and Glenbrook North Spartans. Obviously, a huge rivalry here on this Sunday night. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor all season long and making these broadcasts possible. My name is Dylan Ward, and I'm alongside my father today, John Ward. So, John, you've been in the booth a couple times here and there this season, but now as the playoffs start to get in order and with David Ventura back at school, you will be here for just about as many games as you can.
Yeah, this should be really great. I mean, if you can't get excited about doing hockey games with your kid, I don't know what else you can get excited about it, but especially tonight as North takes on South, and this is the rubber game of the match. I mean, this is not a playoff game, but this is that crosstown rivalry, and tonight will decide who gets bragging rights for this year.
Yeah, well, by the way, we're starting a little bit late today, actually about 30 minutes late. Events on this ice before us ran long, so we do apologize for that, but we appreciate you being patient and spending your Sunday evening with us. Well, John, the Titans have been quite successful as of late over Glenbrook North in the post-COVID era, which is now in its 4th season. GBS with a record of 9-1-1 against the Spartans in the regular season, 12-2-1 overall, but all-time GBN leads this series 23-15. So Titans were not winning a lot in SHL history up until the 20s here, but this season, as you mentioned, series tied 1-1. These two teams did meet in the preseason invitational tournament where GBS won in the shootout, so maybe you could say GBS is up 2-1 on the season series against them, but really, when you talk about regular season, this will break the tie.
Yeah, and if you're talking about all time, 21-15 is not a big spread. But I know what kind of a game GBN plays. They're playing a defensive game, and GBS puts a lot more points up on the board. But actually, GBN has a better overall record for the year. And so if you got to look at how they're doing it defensively, if Hoffer is your biggest offensive threat on South, then how are they going to play him tonight, and how do they play other players, the star players on other teams? But if you take a look at Raderman's got a 1.37 goals against average, they're doing it by having low goals against. So it's going to be an interesting night.
Yeah, you talk about that, John. With the record that GBN has, only 2.88 goals per game. That's actually 7th here in the SHL out of 11 teams. So kind of surprising from a team with a record of 17-5-2, but just what you were talking about, John. The 1.36 goals allowed per game. That's combined by both goaltenders. And only 22 shots allowed per game for GBN. They know how to lock things down defensively, and even when the shots do get through, they've got a pretty good netminder to back them up.
Well, and South, has Thomas Preston, who's going to have to match those numbers tonight if GBN is going to keep the game score low.
Thomas Preston is your starting goaltender for Glenbrook South, as you mentioned. A record of 14-7-5 in the SHL, 2.56 goals allowed average, a 9.06 save percentage, and 1 shutout. On the other side, Michael Raderman, 16-5-1 record, a 1.37 goals allowed average, 9.42 save percentage. How about 4 shutouts for Michael Raderman this season? That leads the SHL as we are underway here in Northbrook. The quickest drive to an away game all season long here for the Titans, as they are wearing the gold jerseys here on the road. Glenbrook North wearing black. Titans go from right to left here in the opening period, and the Spartans from left to right. Here's Jake Semmelhack with a shot from right at the blue line. Thomas Preston stops that for his first test, and the captain grabs it in his own zone. Ryan Mulvey out to Hoffer. That one bounced over his stick, and Logan Lyons will retreat back in his own end. Being pressured by Mulvey. Now Benji Pajurski takes the puck. Below the goal line, centers it. Hoffer, nice pass, but he whiffed on his shot. Rebound comes up high, and it's taken away by the Spartans. Here comes Thomas Henriksen. Around a couple D-men, takes a shot. That one's into the glove of Preston. Thought about playing it, but he'll hang on, stopping play. Thomas Henriksen on a hot streak with points in 6 of his last 8 games. That's 4 goals, 2 assists.
Yeah, that was a great setup by Pajurski again, and really he's the playmaker of this South team. If you take a look at these numbers, Hoffer, has the most points, but he's on that same line, and I know Pajurski is Hoffer's a big target for Pajurski's passes.
Here's another save by Preston. You said it, John. Pajurski actually 4th in points in the SHL and 1st in assists. So we'll have to see how that continues on here for these last 4 games of the regular season. Adam Sokol tries to center one, but that's grabbed by Michael Raderman. And Michael Raderman, now a senior, has been part of this varsity squad since his freshman year. So he has built up some career stats against Glenbrook South, a 3-5-1 record against the Titans, a 3.66 goals allowed average, and an 8.89 save percentage. So based on his numbers on the whole season, maybe the Titans are a team he struggles with a little bit. This one centered, but nobody there wearing gold, and Glenbrook North will take it. Josh Robb over the line, looking for Henriksen, but it's poked out of there. Cesario trying to backhand it out. Nice play by Sokol, but it just goes over the boards and into the bench, stopping play once again.
He almost did a play. I call it a Barney. He backhanded one off the boards to get around a defenseman and a friend of mine that was his move. But that almost worked. It just tipped up into the bench. It's interesting to see a senior looking all the way down the ice at a freshman.
Yeah.
When we go goalie to goalie.
Yeah, this will be the only season these two will match up against one another, and Michael Raderman, who has become a Glenbrook North legend, and Thomas Preston, all signs pointing to him being part of this varsity squad for many years to come under Jim Philbin, making the varsity 1 team as a freshman, and not only doing that, but being the main guy. Here's Josh Robb over the line. Lytle trying to get that away from him. Now Lytle trying to get this one out of the zone. He will. Dylan Lytle over the line. Leads the charge, takes a shot. That one stopped by Raderman, the Titans' first shot on goal of the night. And Michael Raderman up to the task. Now Ryan Mulvey retreats back. Playing out there with Cole McPherson this time. Lytle tips this one in, goes on net. We'll see if they count that as a shot on goal. They should. Doesn't look like they're going to. Now Zach Boris takes the puck right wing circle. Nice move around one. Boris towards the net, behind the cage. Tried to center it. Looking for Bennell, I believe, but unable to finish that one. Now Mulvey left point. Ringing it around the boards, down to Boris once again. Boris to Bennell. Evan Bennell tried to center it. Spartan in the way of that chance, and it goes back up to Mulvey, who fires that one stop. Rebound, Boris in the slot, takes a shot. That never made its way through. Slap shot by Mulvey, goes wide. Rebound, Lytle turns around and fires. That's blocked by the Spartans again. A flurry of chances here for the Titans, but they cannot find the back of the net yet. Now the other way comes GBN. Goldman, but offsides. Spartans have to tag up, and Cole McPherson at the end of a long shift. Back in his own zone, goes to the captain, Mulvey. Also at the end of a long shift. Just getting started here in Northbrook. North and South, meeting number 3 of the SHL season series. Meeting number 4 in all competitions this season. Will Fagan, sophomore defenseman over the line, tried to center it. Looking for Jonah Weiss, but that never found him. At least not cleanly. And Jake Semmelhack trying to play it off the boards and out, but that one goes flying into the Spartan bench and out of play. And if any of you at home were watching the SHL Game of the Week right here in Northbrook just a couple days ago, actually, it was Nutra Green and Glenbrook North. And Jimmy the Wiz Olson, of course, our technical engineer, compiled a replay montage of about 5 times head coach of the Spartans, Evan Polikides, had to duck out of the way of a puck coming into the bench.
At least there's no stitches. I just want to mention Lytle had a great defensive and offensive shift here this last one. He really stopped a great chance for GBN to come in on their Preston one-on-one. And so not only did he stop it, but he came down the other end of the ice and was able to get a couple of offensive shots.
Jackson sends this one in. Weller trying to backhand it out. Aiden Weller coming off a career-high 3-point game last time out against Carmel Catholic. Recorded 3 assists for the senior defenseman playing in his second year on the Varsity 1 team. Good for him. Here comes Ovanian, takes a shot. Nice glove save made by Preston, made it look easy as he stops play with 12:41 to go in the first.
Yeah, I like the pace of the game, Dylan. It's really fast. It's coming through the middle zone. Sometimes you get some sloppy play between the blue lines and it gets a little chippy. But so far, it seems like both teams are pretty focused on getting it over the blue lines and getting in and getting some offensive threat going.
Each team's leading scorer at the face-off dot. Hoffer versus Rubin. Hoffer wins the draw, but it can't get cleared out. Here's another chance. That one by one of the Spartan players, not on my roster. Number 97, we'll check that one out and get an answer for you soon. But this one poked out of there by Hoffer. Here he comes through neutral ice. Forces that one down to the far side corner. Semmelhack pinning it up against the boards. First line out there for Jim Philbin. The puck comes free. Girthanis, I believe. We'll double check that at the intermission. Now Fagan plays it to the near side, Ryan Mulvey. Mulvey out to Hoffer. Hoffer with a long pass to Stevens. He collects it at the blue line. Stevens tried to center it. Nobody there in the slot. The bat at home for the Titans. This one's iced down by GBN. And something we were talking about pregame, John, is Spartans' good defensive play this season. Only 2 shots on goal here for the Glenbrook South team that is averaging 28 per night. And we're still early, but Titans on pace to be below their average.
Yeah, and it also looks like Preston's getting a couple discs thrown at him, and he's handled them. So he's got a good start tonight.
Dylan Ward and John Ward with you if you're tuning in late. I doubt you are, though, because this game started 30 minutes late, as that one touches the ceiling here in Northbrook. And something we mention a lot when we're here at Northbrook Sports Center is pretty low ceiling here. Not a lot of real estate to make those lob plays. Is somewhere like Glenview Ice Center, one of the highest ceilings in the SHL. It's a lot easier to do. So that's something that these Titan players have been doing pretty much their whole career. I was going to say their whole life, but that building only opened 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's interesting, and this is a new design, so I don't know if there was a discussion about that, but I mean, you can still play some great hockey here. So.
Oh yeah, one of the best rinks to broadcast at. Not only for the broadcaster's view, but for the camera view as well. No protective netting, so we do got to be on our toes. Max Anderson of the SHL Network caught a puck here coming out of play a couple days ago.
Like with his hand or
That's
with his
right.
eye?
Glove save. Yeah. Anyway, here come the Titans rushing ahead. It's Adam Sokol down the left wing side. Cannot get around Logan Lyons, the captain for the Spartans, so Lyons will lead the charge the other way. Over the line, Loft drops it for Miller, now across Henriksen. Thomas Henriksen backhands one below the goal line. Will Fagan will play to the near side for the Titans. Unable to get it out. Now Sokol with another crack at it. Eventually, he brings it outside the zone. He rushes up ice with Boris. Sokol tries a shot after stepping over the blue line, but that one's blocked in close. Goldman with a pass attempt for Henriksen, but a nice stick there by the Titans to get that one the other way. Titans had a tag up to stay onside. As we get down to 10:18 to go in the first period, still waiting for our first goal here in Northbrook. Boris backhands this one deep. The Spartans have only scored a first period goal in 2 of their last 5 games. They scored 2, allowed 3, so not a lot of action in the first period as of late for the Spartans. They brought a 0-0 tie into the second period twice in their last 3 as well. This one centered, deflected high, Goldman down to Miller, or I should say Walker, but Boris able to take that one away and force it out to the neutral zone. Luke Jackson sending this one in down the right wing side. Goes to the other side, McPherson. Now Goldman takes it away for the Spartans. This one deflects right to the blue paint. No save necessary for Preston this time. He'll make one, at least what looks like a save. I'm sure he'll get credit with 9:27 to go in the first period.
Yeah, GBS got lucky there as that puck was kind of about a 45 degree behind the net, and it just kind of came out, and Preston mishandled it a little bit, and it just kind of floated out about 2 miles an hour, and a good defensive play was able to stop that as that player took it a little bit wider, and then Preston closed the gap.
Now another chance right and close. Preston makes that save. Jackson keeps it in at the right point. Gerard comes over here and reminds me to use that replay feature. I've gotten so used to David Ventura handling that for me. So you have not seen a replay yet here on this broadcast, but don't worry, they're coming. Now Ovanian keeps it in left side circle, tries a shot, that one blocked. Now rebound Fagan, unable to backhand that one out cleanly. Preston runs into a man, puts his hands up, says I didn't do anything, and no call. Now here's Weiss over the line. Leaves it, Preston, shot, and that one stopped by the blocker of Raderman. Nice release there from Charlie Preston, but no goal yet.
Yeah, that started off with GBS having some difficulty getting it out of his zone. Oh, here's the replay. Preston just skates up, holds up, waits for his player to come in, and then a quick shot. It's a good save by Raderman.
Yeah, this will be a good look at it.
Off his
nice
right blocker.
Just about halfway through period number 1, only 3 shots on goal for the Titans. Glenbrook South with a 112 shooting percentage in the SHL, which is second best in the league, but they're going to need to have some shots on the board. Here's a shot. That one hit the crossbar by Contreras as we go end-to-end with good chances on rushes.
Yeah, GBN came flying through that middle zone after the GBS player on defense just had a little trouble at the blue line. They came over the other blue line after the drop pass, and that quick shot just rattled off the post.
Face off at the circle to Preston's right. 50-50 draw, eventually taken by the Titans. It's Ryan Mulvey with a long pass out to Hoffer. That missed him, but touched a Spartan body, so it won't be an icing. Now Hoffer tried to center it, but it's taken away by Lions. They can't clear the zone. Nice play by Will Fagan to keep it in. But now will be brought outside the zone by the Spartans. Here comes Sterner. Down low, Will Fagan takes it away. Can't clear the zone. Lyons keeps it in right point. Tries a shot. Maybe looking for a tip by Rubin in the slot, but that missed his stick. Daniel Rubin, of course, the younger brother of SHL Network's very own Andrew Rubin, who I believe is tuned in right now. So shout out to you, Andrew, if you are. Here's Pajerski getting through a couple bodies but lost the puck. And now Rubin able to get this one out to Sterner. Hoffer, that one just past his stick. And here comes Sterner over the line. Jackson Sterner leaves it Rubin. Can't get around Mulvey. Jackson Sterner, number 80 in black out there for the Spartans, scored his 6th goal of the season yesterday. And is the game winner in the third period. GBN coming back from down 2-1 entering the third against the Stevenson Patriots. It was the Spartans' first win this season when trailing coming into the third period. Now here's Cesario coming over the line, left wing side. Got it down below the goal line for Surma. Frank Surma. Up high for Fagan. A stick in the way, but eventually got to Fagan, but now will be taken by the Spartans. They might have a 4-on-3, but that's offsides. John, your hand went up.
I guess that's just a normal reaction that I do.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so it looks like GBS is going to, it looks like they got to get a little bit cleaner on their passes to get these pucks out of their own zone. They're missing a couple. Sometimes they're having trouble doing it. You know, it just seems like they just have to pass it a little bit harder or put it on the tape a little bit more for their players to get the puck out of the zone.
Now here's Surma. Takes a shot, tough angle. That one stopped by Raderman. Frank Surma is due. He's without a point in 5 straight games. In his 5 before that streak, he had 3 goals and 3 assists. Has not had a point since his empty net goal against Fenwick. We'll see if he and other members of that second line can get on the score sheet tonight. Face-off taken by the Titans. Here's Bennell. Knocked into the boards, keeps the puck alive. Now Dylan Lytell. Back up to Mulvey. He gets it down deep. Zach Boris to the far side corner. Taken away by the Spartans. Taken right back by Bennell. Evan Bennell centered it, but that went right to a Spartan, Jackson Babula, and he will send it into the zone. Still without a goal here in this one. Shots on goal 8-4, Glenbrook North. Here at the Northbrook Sports Center. Now pin up against the boards, down low. Fighting for the puck, 2 guys in each jersey. It eventually is taken by Evan Bonnell. He's at the end of a long shift, as is all the guys out there in the forward group. Here's Bonnell over the line, tried to get it around a body. He could not. Goes to the far side corner, and Walker takes it away for the Spartans.
You better get off now.
Oh, that could be too many men, and they're going to get him for it. As that puck touched the skate of Nick Jackson while the Spartans were changing, and they will call too many men on the ice. So to the box goes Glenbrook North. We'll see who they decide to serve this penalty, and the Titans have themselves a power play here in the first period.
Yeah, that was kind of an easy call because the GBN player came off the bench and was completely involved in the play before his partner player could get off the ice. So too many men, and we're going to take a look at Hoffer and Pajerski. You got Mulvey out on the point with Stevens, so see if they can make this thing count.
All right. Power plays on the South Hockey Network, sponsored by RSM, the power of being understood. As the puck falls, and GBN will, actually a 50-50 puck, no true possession yet. Now the Titans will swoop in there and grab it. Here's Pajerski, left side circle, tries a shot. That one stopped by Raderman. Now up to Mulvey, down to Pajerski, left side circle. Ryan Mulvey, down to Stevens, back to Mulvey. Goes down to the corner with it. Logan Lyons will take it and clear it. Titans did not have a power play goal last game, but that ended a streak of 5 power play goals in their 3 before that. So we'll see if this Titan man advantage can get off the schneid a little bit. Only 2 power play goals against in the last 7 games for the Spartans, though. This one cleared out to the neutral zone. Pajerski to Mulvey. Those 2 play catch. 4 forwards, 1 D-man out there for Jim Philbin, at least natural forwards and D-men. Evan Bonnell sort of playing the point here on this power play. Josh Robb trying to take it away from him, but Bonnell will keep the puck, go to Mulvey. But suddenly only 50 seconds left on this Titan power play. Not much to show for it as of yet. Mulvey over the line, gets some space, goes back up high to Hoffer. Hoffer over to Pajerski. Pajerski cuts low, takes a shot. That one stopped by the pad of Raderman. Now Ben Stevens comes back up high. Try to pass over to Mulvey, but that's intercepted out of midair by Josh Robb. Now here come the Spartans shorthanded. Robb over the line, takes a shot. That one stopped, or blocked, I should say, by Mulvey. If you can believe it, but as good of a team as this Glenbrook North team is, they're one of 2 teams in the SHL yet to score a shorty on the season, themselves and St. Viator. This one cleared down. 6 seconds to go on this South power play, and that will finish the power play. And instead, Surma will be guilty of tripping down there below the goal line. So teams trade off power play looks. This time it'll be the Spartans.
Yeah, that was a pretty benign power play by GBS, and some of their careless play allowed the dump in by North, and he come down, and their player was a little bit more tenacious, had a little bit more speed, and he got dumped right at the end of literally right in front of the referee. So I don't know. He had to call that one, but
Frank Surma to the box, a place he's not too familiar with. Only his 2nd trip to the penalty box in the SHL all season. And the Spartan power play will get a chance to get to work. All penalty kills for the Titans are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. Here's a shot. They score! That one off the post and in. And it only took 12 seconds on the man advantage. Glenbrook North strikes first.
Yeah, that was Sterner who scored that play. And what really you should notice here is as he gets this puck back, he just takes a little wrister, and I've always said, game after game that I call, you keep it low on the ice looking for a tip, and then some good things happen, I think, the lower you keep the puck. That one just sailed right across, and it didn't look like Preston really saw that one, and GBN hits the post, and it goes in.
Sometimes the goalie's best friend, sometimes their worst enemy. as Glenbrook North gets the first goal here tonight. If you remember, on Thanksgiving Eve, it was a 2-0 lead for the Spartans after one period before the Titans came back with 4 unanswered, so anything's possible. In fact, in this season's series, the team that scored first lost both times.
Cesario got one right on the boot.
He'll head off. Adam Sokol centered it. Surma tipped it right on net. Good chance there by the Titans, but Raderman able to make the save. Weller sends it down low. Boris is replacing Cesario here on the second line for this shift after he went to the bench hurting. This one cleared out of the zone, though, by the Spartans, and Ryan Mulvey will take it back for the Titans. Off the near board, Surma, now tipped ahead by Mulvey, taken right back by GBN. 1-0 Spartans, as we do believe Jackson Sterner got the deflection on that one. As this is played out of play, under 2 to go here in the first.
Dylan, I want to go back to GBN's goal. Sterner not only scored the goal, but
here it is.
The play right before that, he actually, you're not going to see this on the replay because here is the wrist shot that actually goes into the net.
Here's the goal cam.
Okay.
So Sterner is number 80.
Right, but what I wanted to say is...
we'll check on that later.
He kept that puck in the zone by not just using his stick to keep it in the zone. It was actually his glove. He put his glove down on the ground because it was in the air. And so he actually kept that puck in the zone. And then a couple seconds later, he's the guy that lights the lamp. So he gets a lot of credit for that.
Lytle just missed. Just below the crossbar. We'll actually take a look at those 2 chances by the Titans. This was that Frank Surma deflection. Good idea there, and here's the shot that just missed by Lytle. As we get down to 1:30 to go here in this first period. And they're going to get a penalty there as the Spartans hit a man into the boards. I'm not sure what the signal will be, but assistant coach of the Spartans, Ben Stein, going palms up. And elbowing. So I guess there was an elbow in there on that hit by the bench. So right back to the power play go the Titans. And it was a tough look on the man advantage the first time around. We'll see if they take some notes from GBN's power play goal.
Yeah, listen, GBS, I actually think should get Lytle out there really quickly. Give these guys about maybe 15, 20 seconds on this power play because he seems a little possessed tonight. He's got a great jump on his skates, and he's causing some problems out there for North, and so that's what GBS needs. He needs some interference out there. He needs somebody to block the vision of the goalie. I think he's doing a good job tonight.
He's got a nice first name as well. As the Titans reset in their own zone. I'm not a big fan of the spelling, though, personally. Here's Hoffer. Through neutral ice, he'll dump this one in off the far boards and down. This power play will extend to the second period if necessary. Pin up against the corner boards. Benji Pajurski and Stevens able to get the puck free, but it comes back to the board battle. And the Spartans able to clear this one out.
GBS has to win those battles along the boards. They had 2 and sometimes 3 players against that one GBN player. They got to be able to come up with that puck to develop a play, especially when it's already in the zone. That's interference.
And Mulvey got hit as he was coming in. As this one's cleared, and actually goes off the glass by the penalty boxes, so that would have gone into the bench. That was at that level. See if the Titans can make one more rush here with 10 seconds left in the period. Hoffer over the line, right wing side. Hoffer down to the far side corner, gets knocked off the puck. Titans send it back up high. Here's one over to Pajurski. He didn't know how much time was left in the period. And Logan Lyons going after Pajurski after he takes the shot after the buzzer, but I mean, John, pretty clearly he just didn't know how much time was left, and that was less than a second after the buzzer. I don't think you could really fault him for that.
Yeah, I mean, you could take that shot, and then you're going to get the green or the red light, so
after one, it's 1-0 Glenbrook North on Jackson Sterner's 7th goal of the year. He's scored now in back-to-back games, and also his 5th power play goal of those 7. as the teams will meet at their benches. A relatively evenly played game when it comes to shots on goal. 9-8 for Glenbrook North as the teams will meet at their benches. And, well, John, while the shots on goal look close, I would say to the naked eye, Glenbrook North is in control of this game so far.
Yeah, Glenbrook North, I was just going to say Glenbrook South has to put a little bit more sustained pressure, right, on Raderman. I think Raderman's so far having a somewhat easy of a night. A couple of those shots, he's able to get his shoulder and his pad on there, so.
"17 minutes on the clock here for period number 2. 45 seconds left on the Titan power play. Busy day in the SHL today. All five games played, that's the maximum. So some earlier scores. Loyola beat Carmel Catholic 3-2. That knocked Carmel out of playoff contention. And the Lake Forest Scouts with a nice win over St. Viator, who has now lost 4 in a row. New True Green with a 6-1 victory over York. And down in Chicago, second period just ended. It's the St. Ignatius Wolfpack up 1-0 over the Stevenson Patriots. And if the Wolfpack win that game in regulation, both York and Lake Forest will clinch the SHL playoffs as the final spot. So teams will switch ends here, period of the long change. What would you like to see differently from the Titans here in the second period? And actually, I'm just seeing right now that they put a penalty on the board against Benji Pajerski, so it looks like he will get some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct for taking the shot after the whistle. I think that's...
I don't know how that happens, Dylan, because if he just snaps his wrist a half a second earlier, he doesn't get the penalty.
Right.
I mean, it was just him and the goalie, and he just took the shot, and he's down looking at the puck on his stick, and he lets it go. But I didn't think that was too egregious. I didn't think that was anything. So watch out here. I would say that the GBN has got GBS playing into their game. No goals scored, right? That's their MO, is to keep the score low. They just have a 1-0 lead, so that's the good thing for GBS. And we'll see if they can break through the ice here in this second period.
All right. So 4-on-4 hockey. The Titan power play cut short, so they'll now be marked down as 0 for 2 in the game, and then North will have an abbreviated power play of their own as soon as these next 30 seconds are up. Ryan Mulvey dumps this one down. It goes to the far side. Stevens couldn't hang on to it. Some more open ice out there here in 4-on-4. It's that pre-2015 NHL overtime style. This one down to the near side corner. Stevens goes far side to Will Fagan. Titans now shoot from left to right on your screen wearing the gold jerseys. As moments away from coming out of the box is Babula. And we're going to get another penalty here called in neutral ice.
I don't think you can hide that the GBN player lost his stick inside the arms of the South player. So if you take a look at that, there's nothing you can do is put your hands up and go, excuse me, where do I go to get to the penalty box? I'll skate right over that.
I was actually checking a note. I didn't see it, but now I saw the replay. Pretty clear and obvious. So the power play that GBN would have had right at the expiration of their penalty is no longer. We'll stay 4-on-4 here for the next minute, 14 seconds, and another Glenbrook South power play.
Yeah, for 46 seconds.
All right, face-off taken by the Titans. They'll bring it all the way outside their zone. Will Fagan, deked a man. Now he'll go to Surma. Frank Surma over the line, takes a shot. That one into the glove of Michael Raderman. And no whistle yet.
I think GBS is going to have to do a little dirty work in the corners because, Raderman's going to stop every one of those shots. There's nobody in between him and the shooter, and these guys just aren't shooting it hard enough to surprise him or beat him just on the speed of the shot. So
Miller giving up to Sokol. Adam Sokol finds Weller. Aiden Weller over the line. On the left wing side, chases his puck down to the far side corner, gets it up to Surma towards the net, and saved by Raderman. Frank Surma's had maybe four or five shots on goal already here tonight, but all of them stopped by Michael Raderman.
he's going to have to put a little bit more speed on that. That one actually left his stick, and by the time it got to the goalie, it was actually going down. So not too hard for Rademan to stop.
Left wing circle face-off for the Titans in their attacking zone. Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South. I would say right up there with Nutria Green and Loyola Gold. A lot of people, call those the 1 and 2 biggest high school hockey rivalries. Lots of people think this is the biggest rivalry. Lots of people think Nutria Loyola is the biggest rivalry, but pretty uncontested that this is 1 and 2, and the stakes just get that much higher when the season series is on the line. Bragging rights and a potential tiebreaker in the standings. Here's a shot, that one high of the net. Titans are moments away from getting on the power play, and they will right there. So all power plays for the Titans on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by RSM. Spartan bench wants a penalty called on that collision in neutral ice, but they won't get it.
Yeah, they want a little interference. I did think South just nudged them a little bit, little shoulder action.
In spite of the rivalry, John, not a lot of penalties in the season series. As last time these two teams met, Glenbrook South only one penalty, and GBN stayed out of the box completely. This one will be cleared down by the Spartans. 15 to go on the Titan power play.
Yeah, so far GBS is just taking some outside shots. Raderman's got no problem stopping them, so they need to get bodies. They need to get bodies in front.
Out of the box comes Josh Robb, and that'll do it. Back to 5-on-5 play. This one sent towards the net by Hoffer. So the Titans 0 for 3 on the power play here tonight. As the Spartans force it out to the neutral zone, Weller will swing it down to Fagan. Over to Stevens. Stevens down to Pajerski. The puck regained by Glenbrook North in their own zone. Big hit up on the near board glass. As Semmelhack will dump it back in for GBN. Not a whole lot of high danger scoring looks for either team here in period number 2. Shots on goal 2-0 for GBS here in the second. Here comes Hoffer over the line, got it to Bonnell onside. Evan Bonnell sent it up high. Will Fagan, actually Lytell in there to steal it from his own man. Dylan Lytell down below the net, threw it in front, nobody home wearing gold. Now Walker gets it ahead for Sterner, trying to poke it ahead of Luke Fagan. He could not. And Lytell gets it to Bonnell. And finally, Will Fagan able to clear the zone. Titans have to tag up here. Evan Bonnell will play it off the near glass and in. Evan Bonnell points in 5 of his last 7 games. 9 total, 5 goals, 4 assists. As this one stopped by Thomas Preston. Last game, he did not record a point. That ended a 3-game point-scoring streak for number 13 out there. Will Fagan off the near boards out to Semmelhack, who gets it back in. Now the Titans will force this one all the way down, and it slows down just enough for no icing. Some of the fans disagree with that call, and you know what, John? I might even disagree with that call.
Had a little spin on it, a little 9-iron spin on it. Just kind of slowed up, enough for the ref to say, maybe this one's not ice.
Here's Preston dumping this one in. Goes down below the goal line. Raderman plays it out to the near side. Ovanian looking to settle that one down. Now out to neutral ice. McPherson dumps it. Titans looking for their first goal of the evening. Is this one sent down by North? That one's an icing. 11:41 to go in the second. 1-0 Glenbrook North as Jackson Sterner with the lone goal on the power play. Nice deflection on a shot from the point.
I think the longer you go without GBS having a goal, I mean, they're just down 1-0, but the longer you go, you're going to have to start looking at, the big number guys. You're going to have to start looking at Hoffer, at these guys who can put some big numbers up for the GBS team. Stevens and certainly Pajerski, the playmaker.
Benji Pajerski with 2 goals against the Spartans on Thanksgiving Eve. Blake Hoffer with one of them as well out of midair. GBS wins this face-off, sends it down below the goal line, and out to neutral ice it comes. Ryan Mulvey flipping this one in, intercepted by Lyons. Logan Lyons out to Pliam. And he backhands this one down into the Titan zone. Adam Sokol. Out to Surma. Looking to chip that out, but sent back in by Miller. Backhanded back deep by Lyons. We've only seen a grand total of 3 shots in this period by both teams. Ryan Mulvey, love down by Miller, gets it up to Jackson, who backhands it in. Aiden Weller will retreat for Glenbrook South, while North makes a line change. Weller looking for Cesario. And now Henriksen will send it the other way. Robb, right circle, fires a shot. Tough angle, but a good save made by Preston. Rebound up high. Here's a shot. That one deflects up high and into the protective netting.
Dylan, GBS has to start getting their legs moving. I kind of feel like they're trying to cheat a little bit by just sending the long passes, but really they're going to have to start getting their legs moving. They're going to have to start bringing it out of their own zone, maybe without the pass. Just do it with your legs and skate that puck out of the zone. Start creating some more chances the faster they go.
We'll see if they can make something happen here. It's Blake Hoffer into the zone, fires a shot, that one wide of the cage. Rebound to the near side corner being fought for. Eventually the Spartans come away with it. Here comes Rosen. He takes a hit from Pajerski into the near boards right where our ambient mic is, so you could hear the crunch on the boards nice and crystal clear. And
Gotta love the crunch.
Oh, yeah. And this one comes into the seating area with lots of speed on it. Lucky that nobody is hurt, and that is the thing is, you know, Gerard and I love the no netting because it's a good view on our camera, but that's the one thing you got to watch out for.
Well, with the no netting, you can just have like a slide right over your GBS hospital. It's right next door, so you can just slide them, send them through the tunnel like you're sending it through the tube at the bank.
Again, Max Anderson of the SHL Network just the other day caught a puck that came right into where we are standing right now, John. As Ryan Mulvey intercepts this one. Mulvey through the neutral zone, dumps it in, sort of whiffed on the dump.
I still like the fact that he skated out of his own zone.
Lots of defensemen on this Glenbrook South team, not afraid to get active down low and lead the zone entry. Ryan Mulvey is a perfect example of that. As now Sterner runs into Mulvey. Those two go down. Puck still up against the boards. And Fagan able to knock that one out with one hand on his stick.
It's kind of funny. Mulvey is kind of doing that little bit of heavy hitting. Usually it's the Fagan brothers who are doing that. I always enjoy seeing that type of play from them.
Sophomore twins, I might add. Now down below the goal line, we have reached the halfway point of regulation time. Only one goal in the game. It belongs to the Spartans, scored in that first period on the power play by Jackson Sterner. Now off the far boards out to Fagan. Tried to dump that one in, but it gets tipped up high and out of play.
Boy, that came about 1 inch away from the GBN coach. Coach's head, literally. I could see the mark on the wall right behind his head where that puck hit.
Yeah, gotta watch out here at Northbrook. Something about this rink. Dylan Ward, John Ward with you on the call. Brad Cesario, as always, our chief scoreboard operator in charge of what you see in the top left corner of your screen. Gerard Boris, our technical engineer. Fourth to last game of the regular season for the Titans. As they look ahead to the SHL playoffs, they have already clinched, but fighting for as high of a seed as possible and home ice advantage. As it gets knocked down in again. Weller plays it to the near side, still inside Titan territory. Back to Weller. Far side Lytle, unable to deflect that one out. Now Jackson, intercepted by McPherson, who plays it off the glass. Unable to grab that one, Lytell, who was with Bunnell at the blue line. Now Rosen gets taken down. I think it's going to be a hold against the Titans. And they will blow the whistle here. Spartans on their way to their second power play look of the game.
Yeah, Rosen just had an extra step on the GBS's defenseman. That defenseman got a little bit nervous because it would have been maybe a 2-on-1. So he pulled out his arm, said, "You're not going anywhere," but that's going to cost him 2 minutes in the box.
All right, well, the Spartans scored on the power play already tonight. The only goal in the hockey game. All penalty kills for the Titans are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. We'll see if they can kill this one. If you remember, it was only 12 seconds into the man advantage they scored, so GBS needs a big clear here fast. Here's Semmelhack left point, slides it over to Lyons. Back to Semmelhack up high. Down to Rubin left circle. Up to Semmelhack, down to Lyons. Those three-play catch. Semmelhack to Rubin again. Rubin tried a shot. Mulvey right in there to block it. He'll get it back and go down behind the net instead. Walker up to Lyons. Now Semmelhack. Sterner, now Lyons. Lyons down to Sterner again. Jackson Sterner takes a shot, deflected, and just missed the net. We'll see how close that was on the behind the net cam.
Looking for a second.
Spartans haven't had a shot on goal yet on this power play, but Titans have not been able to get it outside the blue line yet. Will Fagan battling on the boards. It comes free for Sterner, who pokes it up high to Lyons. Logan Lyons across the Semmelhack, down to the circle. Rubin takes a shot. That one just high of the net. Rebound, Sterner picks it up. Sterner up to Lyons. He shoots. That one wide. And Semmelhack can't keep it in the zone. Finally, it comes free. Adam Sokol looking for a shorthanded rush there. He could not get one. Now here comes Lyons. Takes a shot. That one blocked by Fagan. Nice positioning in the slot by Will Fagan. Now Lyons turns around a backhand towards the slot, but that one bounces to Sokol, who clears. A much-needed clear for the Titans.
And here it comes back out on the quick pass out by the goalie.
Henriksen now to Semmelhack. Some new Spartans on the ice. Semmelhack will dump it in, rings around the boards right to left. Up high, Rosen left side, slides it over for Jackson. Jackson gets it down deep. Henriksen there. Thomas Henriksen up to Jackson, now to the near side of Rosen. Takes a shot after a bounce off the boards. That one missed the cage. Out of the box comes the Titans, and we're back to 5-on-5. Blake Hoffer waiting at the blue line. He's over the line. Centered it. Pajurski could not get that one on net. 5 minutes left here before the intermission here in Northbrook. Here comes Josh Robb over the line, right wing side. Robb centered it. Right there is Will Fagan to get it out. Looking for Hoffer. Couldn't get it to him cleanly as there was a GBN stick in the way. As the shots on goal, John, in this period, 4-1 Spartans. Not a lot of action here at all.
Yeah, it's been pretty, I would say it's been pretty quiet a little bit. That power play was the most offensive, types of a hockey game that you've seen so far. So this thing probably is going to be decided by special teams.
Go-ahead goal for the Titans will go a long way here in these last few minutes if they can get one. First line out, here's Ben Stevens. Stevens across the line, gets tripped up. That's a penalty. And that's going to send the Titans to the power play. Ben Stevens in some pain after that one. We hope he's okay.
That was a knee to knee, and I've never seen two referees put up their hands faster. As a matter of fact, they're going to come and meet here. You can see here he just sticks it out here at the last second because he knows he's beat. You got one referee in the camera that you can see with his hand up. But you take a look at Stevens, it's on that ice, and the refs are meeting at the center ice, probably going to talk about a major penalty here because that knee-to-knee is one of the most dangerous plays you can have in hockey. So, and Stevens is still on the ice, and you're probably looking at, him not being in the rest of the game.
Well, both Jim Philbin, senior and junior, out on the ice tending to their injured player. 2 minutes on the clock as of now, but that could change. And Ben Stevens just still has not gotten up from that position. And not that you'd wish it on anyone else, but as the third leading scorer on the team, that's a tough blow for the Titans.
And you can take a look, if you come back on this replay here, you can take a look that, Stevens has some speed here. And that's why the GBN player throws that knee out, because he knows that he's not going to be able to get him.
So it is a 5-minute penalty, and it looks like Logan Lyons might be exiting the box area. He might be ejected from the game.
Yeah, can you let's watch that again. He picks up that speed over the red line, and then he knows he's going to be one deke away,
and Ben Stevens has still not gotten up, right in the same spot and same position that he was tripped up like that.
You might have a doctor coming out here to take a look at him.
Man, just a tough scene here at Northbrook Sports Center. While we have this delay, want to cycle back to this chance by the Spartans on their power play. I saved the replay, so I know it was an interesting one. Oh, yeah, that was the deflection that went wide. I wanted to see exactly how wide this one went.
And if you take a look, if these guys keeping that puck on the ice, for the most part, it's going to cause more problems than if it's up in the air and you can see it. Now the GBN player looks like he's headed for the locker room, and he might be done for the night.
Yeah, that is Logan Lyons, the guilty party of that penalty. So not only will it be a 5-minute major power play for the Titans, but Glenbrook North will be without Logan Lyons, who is their captain, 14 points on the season. So
you're going to probably look at some of the teammates helping him off the ice here. So no stretcher, but he definitely looks like he's got a problem.
As now we take a look at Ben Stevens being helped off the ice. And Blake Hoffer on his left, and I believe that's Benji Pajerski on his right. Man, he is putting absolutely no weight on that right leg.
You probably have some apologies as he's passing by the GBN bench. It's a tough play, and now you're gonna have that 5-minute power play, and so this is the opportunity. Almost, even you get a clean sheet of ice and about 49 seconds of second period. Even and regardless of how many goals they score. So
a long delay here to tend to the Titans' injured player. Again, the third leading scorer on this team, Ben Stevens, with 10 goals, 12 assists, 22 points in the SHL, 15 goals, 21 assists for 35 points across all competitions. Of course, the younger brother of Will Stevens, who graduated last year, played on this varsity team for 3 seasons. And number one priority right now is the health of Ben Stevens, and I'm sure he will be spending the next couple hours, maybe going to the doctor or maybe even the hospital. But the good news is, even with some help, he was able to skate and not put much weight on that leg. So the game must go on, and the Titans will be gifted a 5-minute power play as a result. And all power plays for the Titans are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. I should say RSM, the power of being understood. That would have been a penalty kill. So, David Vanderploeg, you get a free shout out there. And 4:11 to go in the period.
And both teams, both teams got to, I know it's kind of weird to say, but got to rest a little bit here while they were tending to him and getting him off the ice. So let's see who's got the legs. Let's see if we can get one in the net.
You've got the second power play unit here to start for Jim Philbin. This shot gets blocked by Cesario. Or the shot from Cesario gets blocked, I should say. Now here's Sokol. Gets it back up high, Ryan Mulvey. Mulvey left point, goes down to Cesario, but we get a penalty called. Interference. Only 17 seconds into the power play. It looks like this one might go against the Titans.
Yeah, I think Fagan was screwing around with the goalie here, or the defensive men, and so there's a little bit of a cross-check.
We'll get our goal cam, too.
Yeah. So let's take a look here, because Fagan got cross-checked a little bit here, and then I don't see the penalty.
Hold on. So it's number 76 in gold right here. He gets pushed once there, pushed once there. There's the referee.
He doesn't even skate back towards him. So that's a tough call here, but that erases 2 minutes of the 5.
All right, well, 4-on-4. Here we go. Pajurski over the line, left wing side. He gets knocked into the bench by Semmelhack, and the Spartans will regroup. Second time we've had 4-on-4 action here tonight. Walker to Semmelhack left side, takes a shot. Good save made by Preston. And Walker tried another shot, that one blocked. Rubin couldn't bounce that one above Fagan. Now Pajurski getting into it a little bit. They're in open ice with Walker, but no penalties that time. Walker, left side, tried to center it again, but kept in by Rubin. Daniel Rubin towards the net, tipped by Walker just wide. Now it's Pajurski. Hoffer tapping his stick. He's going to get the puck. Nice reception off the boards. Blake Hoffer in on net. Backhander. What a save made by Raderman with the left pad. Now Hoffer again shoots. That one just missed the net. As maybe the league's best goaltender there, stopping the league's best point producer there.
Yeah, that was GBS's best offensive threat there. Not only did he have the first time around, he's going to get this puck off the boards. What a great reception. He comes in, he tries to go to his backhand here, save made, but then he actually comes around. If that replay went a little further, he comes around and he had the goalie going the other way, and goalie gets his toenail. Goalie didn't cut his toenails, and that's what stopped the puck.
So if any of you have heard me say that before, now you know where I get it from. Still some time here in the 4-on-4, 45 seconds. Then the Titans will be back on the power play. There's Surma over the line, right wing side. Frank Surma across. Got it to Weller, back to Surma, right in close. Here's a chance, and unable to get that one past Raderman.
As Eddie Olczyk would say, if the young kids are looking, just watch what Raderman did with his stick there. He just poke-checked it. He was acting like his own defenseman.
Still just 1-0 as we creep closer to the intermission. Here's Sokol over the line, left wing side. Gets around Rosen. And the puck to the near side. Aiden Weller, now Sterner. Out of the box comes Will Fagan. He'll go to the bench in exchange for Pajurski, and the Titans are back to their power play. Again, a 5-minute major power play on the game ejection of Logan Lyons. Now Weller out to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer. Over the line, right wing side. Hoffer. Got it back up to Bunnell now. Pajurski takes it. Benji Pajurski sending it down low. Semmelhack able to grab it away for the Spartans now. And Semmelhack clears it off the boards and down.
All right, GBN doing a good job here, so we're going to have to crack the code here before the end of this period.
Benji Pajurski. You've got Will Fagan out there playing on this power play unit where we usually see Stevens. Now Mulvey back up high. Goes to the right side. Fagan tries a shot. Saved by Raderman. They try and poke it home between the 5-hole. They could not. And we get a whistle to stop play. Take another look at this chance by Frank Surma. We'll get the goal cam view as well.
Yeah, what a great give and go. And then I think Raderman saved it himself because he just throws the stick out in front of him. And yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. He just too many dekes by Surma. Did you say it was in close?
Surma looking to get off that point drought he's on. Blake Hoffer looking to extend his point streak. to 8 straight if he can get on the board here tonight with a goal or an assist. Benji Pajurski off a face-off win. Goes to Mulvey up high. Touches it over Will Fagan towards the net. That one stopped by Raderman, and a good save, too.
Wow, that was tipped. Changed direction.
30 seconds to play in the period. Far side corner, Fagan. Goes to Pajurski with it. Benji Pajurski looking for Mulvey on the near side. The Spartans able to just touch that one out of the zone. 20 seconds left in the second period. Here's Pajurski across the line, right wing side. Now to Bennell, fires a shot, that one blocked. Pajurski with 11, takes a shot, he scores! Benji Pajurski let it fly. That changed direction on its way, but the Titans don't care who. It's 1-1.
Wow, with 9.3 seconds left. And look, when we look at this replay, look at how many players are in front of Raderman. That's how to do it.
As it looks like
they're
Will
stacking
Fagan,
up right now.
I think that's number 76 who got a piece of it. Will Fagan for the Glenbrook South Titans.
It's like the guys are getting inbound in a basketball game, right? And they're ready to spread out, except they kept it right there, blocked the view of Raderman, and it just goes over his right shoulder.
All right, so 9 seconds left in the period. That shot by Pajurski was before the buzzer. And we're starting fresh here. Power play goal for the Titans. And remember, this power play will continue as it was a major penalty called. So they get the power play goal, and they're going to have 49 more seconds to work with on a fresh sheet of ice. But how about the clutch one there by the Titans? Their first goal of the hockey game.
Yeah, I love that, Dylan, because GBS, that was probably, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 shots within just a couple seconds. So, and then for Pajurski to get that at the blue line and then come back and say, his brain just said, just get it back to the net, get it back to the net. You can watch him just let it rip and right through that center zone. And that's how to score goals. And sometimes, that was a pretty one. And I don't know exactly who put that on. So hopefully Pajurski got that goal. And if you go ahead and look at the stat sheets, it says that he's going to be one of your men that lights the lamp.
And if not a goal, he'll get an assist on it either way. So 1-1 your score here in Northbrook between the Titans and Spartans. Buckle up. We've got an exciting 17 minutes ahead, as even of a game as you can get with 1-1 and 15-15. Your shots on goal. Don't go anywhere. This is Dylan Ward and John Ward here on the South Hockey Network. Third period coming up in about 10 minutes time or so. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. It is time for the third period of play here at Northbrook Sports Center. The Glenbrook South Titans and Glenbrook North Spartans all tied up 1-1 after 2 periods, thanks to the late goal on the power play by the Titans at the very end, shot by Pajerski. We believe Will Fagan got a piece of it, but we'll have to really analyze that tape after the game. But no live scoring in this one, so we don't actually know who it was credited to, but one of the big storylines here tonight is Ben Stevens leaving the game in the second period with an injury. I would say a 99% chance he's not returning to the game. And that resulted in a major power play. The Titans scored a power play goal on it, and because it's a major, they will still have 49 more seconds with the fresh sheet of ice.
Yeah, I certainly don't see him out with his teammates. I'm assuming he's just back at the bench. We all assume that. Also, I would say the next storyline is going to be both of these teams do very well in the third period. GBS has a 9-2 differential, goal-scoring differential in the third period with their opponents, and it's a 10-3 differential for GBN. So this is going to be, the tail of the tape is let's have the third period. Should be pretty exciting. And we got a 1-1 game, 49 seconds on a fresh sheet, and we'll see if GBS can take advantage of it in those next 49 seconds.
Might be worth mentioning that 9-2 differential in the third period is in their last 6 games, not all season long, but the Glenbrook South Titans and Glenbrook North Spartans both share a tie for the best third period goal differential in the SHL on the full season at plus 13. So we will see what we have in store. Still on the power play are the Titans, as we've mentioned a couple times. Here's Pajerski down in the far side corner. Off the boards and up for Weller. He can't keep it in. He'll have to chase it back out. It's that fresh sheet of ice, right? Puck slides a little faster. As Blake Hoffer plays it off the boards. Nice play to himself. Now he'll try and do the same. Can't get that one from Walker. Now up high. Here's Pajerski going up high to Ryan Mulvey, but we get a penalty interference called.
It's going to be Hoffer, interference. Not exactly sure if he hit the goalie as he skated by, but he's certainly putting his hands up and saying, really, me?
Unfortunately, I did not clip that replay in time, so we're not going to get to look at it, but that will finish the Titan 5-minute power play, and, at the end of the day, you got to be happy with the one goal, because sometimes you have that 5 minutes and you don't score a goal. So they were able to get one at the end of the second period to tie the game up, as each team's goal has come on the power play here tonight. My name's Dylan Ward. John Ward with me here in the booth. Gerard Boris, our technical engineer, and Brad Cesario, chief scoreboard operator. 4-on-4 hockey for just a couple moments. Now it is the Spartans on the power play. All penalty kill situations for the Titans on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Hannah Vanderplug Trial Attorneys. And here comes Josh Robb. Over the line, right wing side. Robb sent it down to the far side. Ryan Mulvey, and eventually tipped by Sokol out of the zone and all the way down. Jake Semmelhack. Out to One man for the Spartans. Now Henriksen, left point. Tried to go back down low, but cleared by Ryan Mulvey all the way down.
It looks like Glenbrook North's trying to lull GBS to sleep as they kind of bring it through that neutral zone.
Here's Rubin off a pass from Semmelhack. Daniel Rubin across the line. Couldn't get around Will Fagan. Surma can't clear it out. Semmelhack at the left side takes a shot. That one absorbed by the freshman Preston. Stopping play with 15:03 to go in the third period. 43 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, I think you relax a little bit more when there's nobody between the goalie and the shooter. You know, like you know that Preston's going to make those stops. Raderman's going to make those stops. So look for some confusion and some congestion in front of the net. It'll be a little bit more dangerous play.
Here's Rosen. Tried a shot. That one hits the low ceiling here in Northbrook. And what would not have been a whistle at Glenview Ice Center, but is here. By the way, we do have a score update. Final score in Chicago. St. Ignatius 4-0 winners over the Stevenson Patriots. And that means we have our 8 SHL playoff teams as the York Dukes and Lake Forest Scouts both clinch. And we've got the same 8 teams as we did last year. Unfortunately for Carmel Catholic and Stevenson, they have been mathematically eliminated now. So it's all about seeding from here on out. Here's Jackson down to the circle. Centered to Cerner. He tried a shot. Good play, but that one wouldn't go. Now Rubin. Mulvey trying to stick it out. He could not. Over to Jackson. Now up to Rosen. Try to get it back down for Rubin. Now this one shot towards the net. That gets blocked on its way. Big reaction from the crowd on that look. And now it goes out of play.
Yeah, GBN passing the puck pretty well there on that last series. Hitting the tape. Guys in stride, so got to watch out for that. Maybe, well, I actually think GBS is playing a decent box there, so they're putting it down.
Big shout out to all of you who have tuned into this one here at home. We've got a really nice virtual audience watching here tonight on this Sunday. Here's Frank Surma. Getting this one over the line, right wing side. Gets knocked off the puck. GBN can't clear it. Past Luke Fagan, who tries a shot. That one stopped by the goaltender. Rebound right in front. Surma with a backhand chance. Puck is loose and would not go. Now Cesario able to get the loose puck. Back up high, Luke Fagan with a shot into the glove of Raderman. And the Titans with a big net front scramble. We'll take a look at that on the replay, and I'm mostly excited to see the goal cam on this one.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. Just the puck flipping around there, and you're just hoping one of the GBS players can kind of tip it in there. I think that was Cesario who threw that puck. Oh, man, just about by a couple inches. This game, I'll tell you, will kill you every time.
1-1. Shots on goal, 17-15 for GBS. They lead 2-0 here in period number 3. Up to Aiden Weller, tries a shot. That one wouldn't go. Body right in front. Now it's Adam Sokol with the puck. Near side corner, Surma also in there, battling for possession. Sokol to it. Now the puck loose near the blue paint. Still just sitting there. Now Sokol unable to get a shot off, and it's cleared out of the zone by Goldman. Goldman tries a shot from the neutral zone. That's stopped by Preston, his first save of the period. Now there's another one. Weller down low. Over to Higgins. Jack Higgins unable to clear it. Rosen with a slap shot. Saved by Preston. He hangs on. 12:51 to go in the third.
I like what Weller did there for GBS. The puck was coming out across the center, across the circle in the offensive zone, and he had to make a quick decision. Do I go get that puck and keep it in the zone, or do I start backing up? I think he made the right decision because the GBN player just had one step on him. So ultimately, he was involved in keeping that puck out of the GBS net.
As it stands right now, GBN the number 2 team in the state, GBS the number 6 team in the state. Big time rivals here in Northbrook. Season series tied. GBS won 4-2, GBN won 2-1. And we're going to get a too many men on the ice call against Glenbrook South.
Yeah, you had the lineman and the referee calling that at the same time. So, what is that, 1-1?
Yeah.
Preston's going to go.
I think I see 6 there. And let's see if we can get a pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. Good call by the official. So off to the power play go the Spartans. They've scored their only goal on the man advantage here tonight. They win the face-off. Semmelhack, all penalty kill situations for the Titans are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg, trial attorney. Semmelhack with a shot from the point. That one goes wide to the right. Now it's Sterner, who's got the game's only goal for GBN. Over to Rubin. Goes up high, touched across to Rosen. Back for Semmelhack. He takes a shot, blocked by the stick of Sokol right in front. Will Fagan leads the charge out of the box. Or out of the zone, I should say. Got it to Sokol. He shoots, and just getting enough of that one with the blocker was Raderman. And how about that puck? Threading the needle here at the Northbrook Sports Center. That one went through maybe 5 or 6 holes in the stanchions up on the ceiling, but never touched anything, so we keep rolling.
Wow, what a great shot by Sokol. He was really trying to get that, upper left-hand corner over the goalie's right shoulder, and he almost did it. We had a cool angle for that.
Now Rosen. Taken away by the Titans, they will clear. Good penalty kill here for Glenbrook South. 50 seconds to go on it. Here's Jake Semmelhack. One of the co-captains with Logan Lyons. Semmelhack over the line. Down to the right wing circle. Will Fagan pressuring him. He knocks him up on the boards. Now the Spartans reset. Here's Rosen up high. Takes a shot blocked by Fagan. And a miscue there. That allows Pajurski to break out. Maybe a 2-on-1. Pajurski down the right wing side. Centered it. Hofer could not put that one on target. Really good play. Now the other way, Luke Fagan unable to get the backhand by. Boy, that would have been Luke's first career Glenbrook South goal. Now the other way come the Spartans. Odd man rush, but they're offside.
Woo! 4-on-1 for GBN, and they mucked it up, but wow, what a great couple chances for GBS. If we can show that on the replay there. He goes to the backhand.
And here's that offside.
So Raderman really held his team in there. Now you got that 4, and you're like, oh, excuse me. Let's see.
Oh, man.
Can we zoom in on the GBN coach on that one? As one of them's putting his hand to his head.
Yeah, that's Ben Stein, good friend of ours. And Evan Polakidis, of course. Ooh. This one deflects outside of the zone. Penalty's now over. So out of the box comes Charlie Preston in exchange for Surma at the bench. We're back to 5-on-5. Still anyone's game. This one intercepted by Sokol. Looked to get it back for Cesario, but he could not. Now Surma gets it deep. Back for Sokol here on the near side. 10-10 to go in the third. Forced out of the zone by the Spartans. Now Jackson sent it into the zone. Got it to Henriksen, who tried to center it, but ran into by Luke Fagan.
That's the Fagan hit I've been waiting for all night. So much fun.
Now Sokol over the line, left wing side, centered it right there with Surma, but he couldn't get that one on target. And how about both Fagan brothers, John, being sophomores, of course twins? Can you imagine their senior year? I mean, they're going to be a scary duo here for the Titans.
Well, I mean, you had the play just a little while ago where one of the Fagans, I think it was 6. I'm running.
That's Luke.
Sorry, holding that GBN player up against the boards behind the net. That was a great play. And then the dump that you just saw by, I think, the other brother. Just kind of fun hockey, good clean hits off the sides.
Yeah, Weiss brought that puck over. Boris is offsides. That stops play. 9:33 to go in the third period. We're seeing a lot more shots here in this third period. South leads 6-3 in the period. 21-18 overall. We talked about how the Spartans, on average, are allowing 22 shots against per game. Looks like the Titans are going to find a way to get above that average, as the faceoff is eventually possessed by the Spartans. And Boris sending this one in down the left wing side. Semmelhack picks it up below the goal line, but Boris able to get in there off a whiff. Now board battle, Lytle down there. Semmelhack. Boris looking to use his body, able to get that one loose to Lytle. Lytle shoots it. That one poked out of there by Raderman. Now Mulvey left side. Gets it deep for Weiss.
Great work by Boris on that one to give GBS a chance.
Now McPherson back in his own zone. Puck taken away by Pliam. Now over to Boris. To the near side it comes for Lytle, but Luke Jackson got it first. Who sends it down low? Pliam centered it. Nobody home in black. Now down to the circle again. Pliam towards the net. Save made by Preston. A good one. Now the puck on the far side. Another shot towards the net. Stopped by Preston. Rebound. Off the side of the net. Pliam up high. Here's a shot. Big save made by Preston.
Save of the game.
Rebound out of the zone. Thomas Preston with, what would you call that, 4 or 5 stops there on that offensive zone possession for the Spartans. As the shots on goal now up to 22-21.
That may be, but the one I'm remembering is the last one.
Oh, yeah. Now here comes Hoffer the other direction for the Titans. He'll send this one in on net. Covered up by Raderman, who will take no chances. And we'll take a look at that save again.
Yeah, the way that puck was bouncing around, the GBN player just got a gift right there. Boom! Just a bang play, and Preston was right there to just keep his. You can see here this thing flips out, and he just holds that stance, keeps everything balanced.
Not a lot of time to react.
Takes the angle off.
All right, we're getting into the nitty-gritty here in Northbrook. All SHL games must produce a winner, and these two teams tied up 1-1 as we stand. Last time these two teams met, that was back at Glenview Ice Center. It was 1-1 in the third period late when the game was tied up late by Glenbrook North's. Well, I don't have the note ready.
You take a look at 7:45 left to go in this game, and you think, who's going to be the hero?
Yep. It's got to be someone. We'll go as long as it takes. OT shootout if we need to. Here's Bonnell getting this one deep. Behind the net, Raderman swipes it to the near side. Blake Hoffer taken away by the Spartans as they get it out to the neutral zone. Aiden Weller played it off the boards, but that's intercepted by Rubin. He left it for Sterner, but that's taken away by Hoffer. Now here come the Titans. Blake Hoffer has Bonnell with him. Hoffer over the line, stays on sides. Hoffer all the way to the net, and it's taken away from behind. Now Weller keeps it in, left point. Sends it down deep for Hoffer. Hoffer off the far boards and up to the point, looking for Fagan, but intercepted by Sterner. Now here comes Rubin. Luke Fagan over to Bonnell. Now Pajerski. You've got Bonnell, by the way, has been playing on this first line with the absence of Ben Stevens, who left the game earlier in the second period due to injury. Here's a shot from the left side. That one deflected wide.
I'm going to make a request that GBS doesn't make any more blind passes.
Well, maybe they heard you down there. Now Hoffer pokes this one ahead. He might have a partial break down the left wing side. Hoffer tried a shot, could not get that one past Rosen, who was guarding him in close.
What a great play by Rosen to really stifle Hoffer on that one.
Now Blake Hoffer and Rosen in a battle down in their own zone. It looked like both fans here wanted a penalty, but neither are going to get one. Hoffer over the line, takes a shot, saved by Raderman. He had to juggle it a little bit, but coming away with the stop.
Yeah, I like that play. I like the fact that he just got a nice, good shot off. He cuts to the middle. That's like an old Gretzky move, cutting to the middle and coming across here. See if you can catch the goalie leaning. But Raderman, just kind of a basic stop for him there. But offensive face-off here. Let's see if we can do something.
Spartans win it. Goes to Walker here on the near side. The JV teams watch on as they've got the next ice slot. And if this game started about 30 minutes late and perhaps overtime looming, they might get a pretty late start on a school night. This one sent down in. 5.5 to go in the third period. Anybody's game here in Northbrook as we're all tied up 1-1. Both teams scored on the power play. It was Jackson Sterner for the Spartans and either Pajerski or Will Fagan for the Titans. It was a deflection play. Unconfirmed yet since we don't have a live scoring here, but we do believe it was Will Fagan who got a piece of it. It was Adam Sokol. Now Cesario, far side. Out to neutral ice, taken away by the Spartans. Here they come over the line. Henriksen kicks it to his stick, takes a shot, and a save made by Preston. Making it look easy down there with under 5 to go now here in this one.
Yeah, GBS can't take for granted when they're trying to do that board work. They've got to get that puck past those players. It seems like it's a little bit too easy for North to just kind of throw a leg, throw a hip, and block that puck from going in. They got a pretty good chance just off of picking the puck off of GBS possession.
Unless these teams meet in the playoffs, whether that's SHL or state, this is the last meeting between the two this season. Here's one centered right in front, and Preston able to make the stop. Rebound grabbed by Boris. He'll come out of the zone with it. Zach Boris dumps it in down the right wing side, comes to the left. Here's Lytle. Threw it to the front of the net again, but that's intercepted by the Spartans. Here's a long pass out to the neutral zone. Jackson over the line. Big hit by Luke Fagan. There near the boards to prevent him from getting an offensive look. Lytle was streaking, looking to poke that one ahead. He could not. Aiden Weller. Now out to neutral ice. Spartans have to tag up. Luke Jackson plays it into the zone. Aiden Weller can't exit the zone. Now ahead for Boris, just out of his reach. Zach Boris still with it. Now Pajerski shoots it. That one just wide of the net. Here's Goldman. Now Weller keeps it in, right side point, takes a shot. That one just sails wide. Now Pliam out to the neutral zone. Luke Fagan dumps it back in.
That was the best GBS chance there in a little while. Got to get that thing on net.
Here's Pajerski, who's got an assist or a goal tonight, but shy of center ice on that dump in, and that'll be an icing. We've got tree to go in the third. Tied up at 1. Oh, well,
it's a fun game. If you're a hockey fan, it's like when I'm back at home, I watch all the, 1-1 or one goal tie or 1-goal games. I just flip from channel to channel, if there's 5 minutes or less.
Nothing better. Here's a face-off win. Sarah takes a shot. That one deflects wide. Bunnell sends this one down. That should not be an icing. Semmelhack got a piece of that.
Yeah, it should. It's not going to be, right?
Well, it was just called an icing.
I thought he showed the tip sign.
I thought so too, but not much of a complaint from the Glenbrook South bench, unless that's a rule I just don't know about.
Well, GBN better not score off that play.
And 3:23 now to go.
Big face-off.
Pajerski and Rubin at the dot. Puck falls. It's won by Pajerski back to the captain, Mulvey. Now Pajerski gets it back. Benji Pajerski out through neutral ice. Intercepted by Sarah here. And Will Fagan knocks into Rubin, but here come the Spartans. Here's a shot. Tough angle. That one stopped by Preston. Rebound to the far side. Benji Pajerski out to the neutral zone. Dump right back in.
Our shots are tied.
24 apiece. 9-9 here in the third period. Still no goals here in the third yet. Spartans scored in the first, Titans in the second as this puck comes out of play into the Spartan bench once again. 2:45 to go in the third.
Pajerski tried to do a Barney off the boards, but it actually flew into the bench. Players have the cages in front of their faces, but the coaches don't.
Right, yeah, right.
And they got a couple players who haven't suited up also, so you got to be really careful there because that puck's going to knock a tooth out or give you stitches.
Neutral zone draw right by the Spartan bench where the puck went out of play. GBN wins it. Here comes Jackson. Up to Rob. Now Miller will dump it in. Below the goal line. Puck being battled for down there. Time keeps dripping off the clock. Puck still just sitting there, not frozen yet. And the Spartans will come away with it. Jackson up to the point, or at the point I should say. His shot goes wide. Cesario gets hit into the boards, and it's dumped right back in by GBN. Josh Robb chasing after it. Spartans looking to catch the Titans in a change. Robb up to Jackson, right point. Across Rosen, towards the net, blocked by Luke Fagan. Now to the near side it comes. Aiden Weller trying to backhand this one out. Unable to get it out, but now Sokol will. Now Frank Surma, taken away by Robb. 100 seconds to play in regulation. Robb drops it off. Walker with a shot and a nice save made by Preston. Again, just making it look easy over there.
Well, Preston flashed the leather there as you see him dump this puck, and now watch his puck about 6 inches off the ice, and it looked like it was going for that far corner. Now we'll see a view from behind the net as Preston just squares up, and he just catches it. Might have gone wide a little bit there, but you cannot take a chance.
All right. We're starting to get into that next goal wins territory here with 1:35 to go in the third. 1-1 between these two bitter rivals. Now Pajurski takes a hit. Evan Bonnell back out to Hoffer. Blake Hoffer now to Will Fagan. Will Fagan over the line, right wing side, fires one in. That missed the net, goes off the end boards. Now it's taken by Semmelhack out to the neutral zone, tipped in. Will Fagan back there behind the net. Evan Bonnell kicked it ahead to Pajurski. This one goes high in the air to Hoffer, but he can't hang on to it. Rosen slaps it out of his reach. Here's a shot, he scores! Charlie Rosen, with only his third goal this season, takes the lead in the final minute.
Wow, GBN returns the favor after the second period, right? And that was just Hoffer who just missed picking that thing up, and then you can just see him. He beats Preston on the short side, low, about a foot off the ground.
Really nice move to get around the defenseman Will Fagan. And a nice shot.
Yeah, GBS scores with, 9 seconds left to go
in that
second period. Yep. And here we have another goal. Could be debilitating. It's a crusher if it ends up standing up.
So 52.4 is the time left on the clock, and the Glenbrook South Titans will, of course, take their time out here, talk things over, and they'll draw up a play. They will still have to start the face-off at center ice, but hopefully they're able to draw something up here soon.
It's interesting, Dylan, as we line up for this face-off, whether Preston's going back to the net. I always wonder, even if
center ice,
center ice, you
can't risk it.
I always say, well, you're saying you can't risk it,
right?
I kind of say at 2-1, it's not enough seconds. Maybe if I just pull them now, but.
All right, well, you can see your live goalie cam in the bottom left-hand corner. Thomas Preston will be between the hash marks for this face-off as the Titans look to tie this game up. Titans with points in 6 consecutive games coming into this one. 2 overtime losses, but in both those games, they tied the game up late. Let's see if they can do that again here against the Spartans. Pajurski and Rubin at the face-off circle. It's won by GBS. That should prompt Preston to make the sprint, unless this is an icing. And it's not, so there he goes. 6 attackers out there for the Titans and an empty net for the Spartans. Here's a shot, that one tipped and goes off the post. Now Weller towards the net. Titans continue to pressure. Rubin trying to get it out, he will. Here's a shot at the empty net for Walker, he scores! And it's 3-1.
Wow. Raderman is very, very happy how this one is ending up. Is this the shot off the post?
Yeah.
Just dink.
Man.
Right? And then just up the boards, and then Walker's able to pick this up around the center line and just kind of finish with a... Oh! Wow, that was tipped off the post.
Man, Evan Bonnell, nice deflection off his body.
It's a tough last minute of the game. 1 minute ago, this game was tied up 1-1. It's 3-1 GBN.
Face off at center ice. Preston back in his crease. Lytle backhands this one deep, taken by Rosen. And sent all the way down. No icing. And for the first time in the post-COVID era, the Glenbrook North Spartans are going to take the SHL regular season series over the Titans.
That was a tough one for South. I mean, you're looking at 27 shots versus 24. You're looking at a tie game for 50, not 59 minutes, but 50 minutes. And it's just a really tough one to take. And I'm sure that GBN, as they line up to shake hands with GBS, are just happy they pulled it out for sure.
And here's the celebration from Reichel Raderman as time expired. And the teams will meet at center ice to shake hands as this is the conclusion of the season series between the Spartans and Titans. So SHL-wise, GBN takes 2 out of 3 against Glenbrook South, but in the overall season, including that preseason invitational matchup, 2-2 against one another. And you never know when it comes to the SHL or state playoffs if these two will match up once again.
Yeah, I was going to say anything's possible. So, what a great hockey game that was. If you're a GBS fan, it wasn't so great of a finish. But 50 minutes of hard-fought hockey, a lot of good hits, a lot of good stops, and this one ends in North's favor. So, they deserve to win, I guess.
As for Thomas Preston, the score is 3-1, but one of those, of course, the empty net. So he makes 24 saves on 26 shots. So a good night for the freshman. And Michael Raderman with one of his best performances against Glenbrook South in his Glenbrook North career. So that'll do it for us here at Northbrook. Only 3 games to go in the regular season for Glenbrook South before it is playoff time. Next one will be on Wednesday night as the Titans are at home to face off against the Stevenson Patriots. That one's at 7:10 p.m. Then they've got 2 against Loyola Saturday and Sunday of next weekend. Then that'll be it. Then it'll be time for the postseason.
Dylan, I'm just going to, I know this has nothing to do with the game, but I'm going to throw a shout out to the Northbrook Park District facility for putting the white nets on the goals tonight. It was kind of fun. Made it feel like it was really, really important game, and I kind of felt like I was down at the United Center for a couple seconds there. So it's kind of cool to see the goals go in. But
hey, John, it was an important game here in the SHL. It goes the way of the Spartans. So that'll do it again for us. Gerard Boris, your technical engineer. Brad Cesario on scoreboard. My name is Dylan Ward. I'm joined alongside my father, John Ward. And again, hope you enjoyed John Ward here with me on the booth, because plenty more where this came from as the season winds down and goes into playoff time. So we will see you on Wednesday night for the Titans versus Stevenson at Glenview Ice Center, 7:10 p.m. And then after that, only 2 more games of the regular season. It's crazy how fast the season goes, but it's been a lot of fun. Dylan Ward saying we will see you on Wednesday. One more time, your final score, Glenbrook North 3, Glenbrook South 1.